So we're back again, and this
Uh-huh.
time with us on the table we
The
have
same guest from last time
the
because she was
same
there.
guest. She was there, but she was
Yeah, you were there.
outside. Nastasia, welcome, welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I look forward to giving my input, like just not like on every topic, but just on some topics.
Gotcha. Thank you so much for being here, by the way.
Thank
You are a
you.
gem.
Oh my gosh,
Guys,
thank
she's a gem.
you.
All right, so today our topic is Gen Z, the brokest generation spending the most money. And the first thing we're going to
ain't that a
get
shame?
into is the statistics, right?
Yes.
So statistics show that Gen Z tend to spend more per capita than other generations at the same age, right?
Mhm.
Our spending power is expected to reach 12.6 trillion by 2030 compared to 2.7 trillion in 2024. So that's a big jump,
Wait,
right?
say that again.
It's
12.7
currently
trillion?
2.7 trillion.
Uh-huh.
It's expected to reach 12.6 trillion in 2030
In 5 years?
in 5 years. Yes. All right. So it's
That's
clear
bad.
Gen Z be spending the most, right?
And you know we're not gonna pay that back.
Speak for yourself.
We're gonna default.
Okay, so here's some other important statistics, right?
Mhm.
Gen Z's global spending power is estimated at over $450 billion with an average of $8,894 per person in 2023. $9,000, that's not awful, right?
No.
Not bad, right?
No.
Discretionary spending. Gen Z spending on discretionary items, so that's like entertainment and
Mhm.
travel, is particularly strong with year-over-year growth of 25.5% and 13.8% respectively.
Mhm.
And that's because we have that mentality that we're not catching feelings, we're just catching flights. So we're gonna treat ourselves, right, as Gen Z.
Yeah, there was like, we'll worry about it later. Let's just have fun now.
Okay.
Type of deal.
Yes, it's true. It's true. Like YOLO, you only live once. And then influencer marketing. I didn't know this. Over half of Gen Z make purchases through influencers that they follow online. I don't think an influencer has ever gotten me to purchase anything.
Mhm.
Has an influencer ever gotten any of you guys to purchase anything?
I think it was maybe one thing. I don't remember. It was years ago.
It was probably something in tech, right?
Yeah, definitely. But
Has
that
an-
was pretty much it.
Has an influencer
Um,
ever gotten you to purchase something?
Yeah, many things actually. Hair products,
The real Gen Z.
Uh-huh.
hair products, makeup. Right now I'm about to get an Apple Watch
Okay.
because I seen just like a lot of people kind of like scanning their Apple Watch on the Planet Fitness machines. I definitely want like that influenced me, and also like different food items that
Mhm.
I'm on TikTok
You are on
24/7.
TikTok
So I'm
24/7.
definitely influenced.
I'm like, oh, you're proud of it. But here's another thing, right?
Mhm.
More than 60% of Gen Z look for second-hand options before buying new items. So while millennials were born in an economic boom, Gen Z entered the world in a recession
Mhm.
and have seen their parents and older siblings struggle financially. Experts believe this is why Gen Z tend to be thriftier than older generations. They like those who were raised during the Depression, they're more likely to look for a bargain or shop secondhand. So I've never thrifted myself.
Wait, so they're saying Gen Z is more of a thrifter now?
They're more likely to go to the thrift store and buy something compared to other generations.
I think it's because they made it cool now.
Thrifting is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially that one song. I got $20 in my pocket.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. I have not heard that song in
Ever
years.
since that guy started, I'm like,
yeah.
people stop being
Macklemore,
ashamed.
right?
Yeah.
Macklemore. Yeah.
Just
But
today we were at the thrift store.
wow.
The pawn shop.
The
Yeah.
pawn shop and the thrift store.
Trying to
The thrift store actually had a 50% sale on everything in the store.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow is the sale.
Yeah, memorial sale, right?
Yes.
50% off.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I saw a table. It was like 150. I was like, okay, $75
75
tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yeah. Was it nice?
We're not gonna get it. It's a coffee table.
Yeah, it's super nice.
I'm gonna get some plates though. I want to get some of the ceramic plates.
I don't think I've ever bought anything secondhand before.
Really?
Really?
Being rich. You're true then,
I
millennial.
No, I am Gen Z, but or different Gen Zs.
You're the later.
I'm the earlier
Early,
Gen Z.
yeah.
Yeah.
You the Gen Z that like to struggle.
No, that's not it. I just never saw myself like buying secondhand items. But I get
Think
buying
about it
secondhand
though.
items.
Your phone is refurbished.
This is true. So I do buy secondhand items.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Clock it.
You did that.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
just get like fluff information.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we're helping the world. Like, for example, Apple, their main.
Sure you want to say that?
yes. Because like one of their main mission is like they don't want to. It's called e-waste, right? So like if they make like those the headbuds. So instead of the phone coming with the headphone and all that stuff with the charger and stuff like that, because they see it as like more e-waste, because in their eyes, people already have. If you have an iPhone, you already have a charger. So what's the point of putting another charger in there? Is just so you could throw it away. And some people are saying like, so instead of packaging it all together in one box, you're gonna take all these pieces out and package them individually in their own boxes. So they're like, how is that, like good for the environment?
Exactly.
And at the same time, they're taking like the charges away, but they're still charging you the same price.
The same amount of money.
Yeah,
that's how we robbery.
Yeah, a lot of companies.
Apple, you need to, and other companies, you need to do better.
Samsung, they're all doing it.
Yeah,
they're all doing
Can
it.
you imagine? Like, I remember when I purchased, when I got my iPhone, it had like everything inside. It had the headphones and the phone and the charger and everything.
Everything.
And now when you buy the iPhone, you're just getting the iPhone.
And like those features those extra accessories are not cheap. So it's like $1,000, and then you gotta buy
AirPods for over $100,
and then a charger for like $30, $40. Dang, they all used to come in.
It adds up. Yeah. Okay.
Like the reason why I think we're spending so much more money is because we have more opportunities to spend money that we don't have.
Yes. So that's something we're actually going to get into. So for example, we have Afterpay, Klarna. What's the other one?
Affirm. Credit cards. Payday loans. I know there's a lot of
loans.
There's a layaway.
That Scott, you could, if you don't have the money, you could just go borrow some money.
Yeah.
But the interest rate is through the roof.
How much is the interest rate? Let me Google it while you talk.
No idea. But yeah, a lot of people, I've heard like at least one Gen Z say that they use like Affirm.
I use Affirm.
I use Klarna. I used it once.
Oh.
Maybe twice.
I used it twice.
I don't think I've ever used any of those.
Really?
But yeah.
It's really good. I think I think the best part about it is, all right, other than me using it on my Airbnb that one time, and it kind of looks scamish because I think it was supposed to only take 4 payments. It looked like it took 5, but I skipped over that. Other than that, it's really good because as long as you have the money, you're good with Klarna.
Yeah, if you're responsible, and you pay on time, then there's nothing wrong with it.
Because it feels better to, like, instead of spending $500 one time to make 10 payments of $50, you're like, oh, this month it's only taking $50 off my account.
Yeah.
But at the same point in time, if you're doing that for multiple items,
then it starts to catch up.
Yeah.
And at this point, why are you even doing Klarna if you can't afford to pay for it in full?
Yeah. But
that's rich people talk.
Really?
I'm sorry. I guess I'm rich.
No, but it's like a catch-22. Like, it's people who can't afford it that generally use it.
But usually, I would go with that statement if you don't need it. Like, if we all need a phone, but we don't need like a 16 Pro max.
That's true. That is
Yeah.
true.
Depending
Yeah.
on the features, I would need it.
Yeah. So, anyways, what
You're
feature?
funny.
I'm just saying, depending on the feature that it provides, that could be beneficial, whether it's like going to school or work. I would need that 16 Pro Max.
I don't need it. The camera is the same.
Yeah, it's all the same.
It answers calls. It sends messages.
It's to the point where like the only thing they advertise, not just Apple, but the only thing they advertise is the camera, because that's the only thing they can improve on.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll say like, oh, it's 15% faster than the 15, but you're not gonna notice it.
Yeah,
Trust me.
But you know, the cameras could be like, oh, it takes like 50 megapixels or blah 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 blah. You can, you know, girls will notice it because they take a lot of pictures and stuff like that. They'll notice it,
Right.
and that's the only thing, you know. But she has a 13.
You make
she doesn't know what she's missing on.
Yeah.
You have a 13.
You have
iPhone
a
13.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't have the latest and greatest.
I'm not saying, you know, that, you know. I'm just saying, like, you're saying, you know, why would you need the 16 Pro Max? I'm saying it depends on the features that it would have. For work or school, then I would need that 16 Pro Max.
Oh.
Anyways.
I get your point. I take your point.
I just bluffed it.
Another reason why Gen Z is the brokest generation spending the most money is I see here a lack of financial education.
Yeah, they don't teach it in school.
But I think that's every generation that doesn't have
that has lack of financial education.
Yeah. I think that's every generation.
But what makes Gen Z lack of financial education different from millennial?
We back then, if I didn't have the money, I didn't have the money. Point blank, period.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they have more experience under their belt as well. So at this age, they're probably 30s to 40s. They made a few financial mistakes and hopefully have learned from those mistakes. Gen Z is a lot of them are graduating college now or like directly in the workforce right now. And so they are like maneuvering, trying to find out like what's the best cost, trying not to get scammed. Like scammers has increased over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
I've never, just like about half an hour ago, I got a scam message and it looked so real. It was like toll notice violation.
Oh yeah, I'm getting those too. And people reply.
Yes, they look very real.
Somebody said BS.
If you are not careful, like if you're an older generation, you might think this is real.
Yeah, I think my mom would fall for it, but she doesn't.
Yeah.
She doesn't drive, so it's okay. But
it looks very real.
Recently, I thought it was a scam, but it wasn't. You remember the picture?
Yes.
Yeah. It wasn't a scam though.
He thought. Let's not get into it.
Oh, okay.
It's out of the scope of this video.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but yes, lack of financial education is something that is really, as you said, affected other generations, but it affects Gen Z as well. I feel like there is no way in an age where there is so much information that we should not be able to have simple budgeting advice, simple investment advice. Like we have the most information at our fingertips, like than any of the other generations that's coming before us.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like that's a bit different though, in just my opinion, because like for example, even like with my dental care, I was like searching up like how to do like implants and stuff like that. You know, Google is providing me the information based on what I am asking it, right? But then I go in and my coworkers who are older than me, they're millennials. They're like, you don't need to get an implant. That's like a cosmetic. The only thing that would happen is like probably like a teeth shift, but it's not necessary. Or you can get a care credit card. I didn't even know that exists, like to pay down, because the dental place was just letting me know, like, no, we don't do finance. So I was like, oh, let me see how I can pay $4,000 out of pocket. You know, and my coworkers are like, no, you know, these people are millennials and they're the ones like giving me the information. So my search was just like Google's answers was just based on my search. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's the same thing when it comes to like financial education.
The information is there, but you have to know what to look for in order to find
exactly,
it.
Which is why I feel like we should have like some type of financial education in school, But then again, your parents are supposed to be teaching you some things. Like the school's not
Exactly.
supposed to be teaching you every single
Everything.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then your parents can't teach you what they don't know.
True. Clock that T.
So
My school was different.
they taught you?
Yeah,
Oh,
I had a class specifically on like loans and
did you
APR.
learn?
I had
Specifically?
I had a lot of. I don't.
Why you look at why you say that?
He said specifically.
Oh,
No,
specifically?
no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Anyways, had a lot of classes on even in middle school. I had classes where they taught me how to buy a car, taking a loan, what is APR. So
Did it help you?
yeah. I became cheap. I ended up loving what's that car called?
The Infinity?
No, not the Infinity. The Prius.
The Prius. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
but you
good
never owned a
mileage.
Prius.
Huh?
You've never owned a Prius.
I end up not getting one, but
Obviously, the financing.
because they were expensive.
Okay.
I was in middle school.
Okay.
Next one. The influence of the creator economy. Gen Z sees wealth through visibility, not savings or assets. So many aspire to make money through social media, not traditional careers, as well as spending becomes a performance for followers and potential brand deals. So Gen Z sees wealth through visibility, not savings or assets. Many aspire to make money through social media, not traditional careers. And we're seeing that more and more and more. Like with the blow up of TikTok, you have many young millionaires being created in the blink of an eye at the beginning of COVID, like, or during COVID. There was an exponential growth of millionaires during that period of time.
Yeah,
and
a lot of scammers too.
And a lot of scammers. And so now other people are like going into jobs that weren't available like 10, 15 years ago. So for example, content creation, nobody had that as a job. What's that social media manager? That wasn't a real job.
You sure it wasn't back then? I don't know.
Maybe 30 years ago it was.
Maybe not prevalent.
Yeah, maybe 30 years ago, social media manager was definitely not a job.
Oh.
30 years ago was 1990, right? 1995?
Yeah.
It was definitely not a job.
Yeah. If that's, yes, if you're going that far, then yes. Because social media didn't exist.
Yeah. Like one of the first ones was Twitter, Jack Dorsey, 2005. Yeah. I don't know.
He's the creator of Twitter?
Twitter, yeah, Jack Dorsey.
Oh, I'm learning something. I didn't know.
And then Facebook was like,
I don't know why I was thinking. Are you sure it's not Elon? Let me stop.
Elon he bought Twitter X. Yeah. Okay. So the next one is YOLO. And we kind of brushed this a little. You only live once mentality. So like, why go to work? why not just take a vacation to Bali? Just like risk it, spend it all.
And you know the funny thing is, a lot of people on my social media, like on Instagram, that's all I see. Traveling. Yeah, and you know the funny thing is, they probably go there for like 3 days, but they took so many pictures that they give you the illusion that they're still over there, but they're probably like in the bathroom.
Stayed there for 3 days.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mean to sound like a Gen Z person, but you do only live once. So like me going through like whatever stress that I'm going through isn't going to stop me from going to my vacation in Jamaica. You know what I mean? Like my bank account will be zeroed out. I'm going to find some ways to still go to my trip in Jamaica. Worry about that stuff later. As long as it's like honestly, as long as it's not too drastic where it puts you in a really bad place like long term, then I say go for it. But I've met a couple people where they're already in debt like $10,000, $15,000, and you're just like, what's another $1,000?
With that mindset, you'll never get out of debt.
Exactly.
So,
speaking of debt, I brought it. I didn't finish the conversation, but you know about the heart surgery thing. So I was gonna say like I think like a heart surgery costs like $250, right? And then
not $250, like
$250K.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so like the person got the heart, right? And then in the comments, there's like, what are you gonna do if you don't pay? Take it back.
That's funny.
He's like, what are you guys gonna do if I don't pay this right now? Are you gonna take the heart back?
They may
That
not take
is-
the heart back, but you're gonna have that debt for however many years the heart gives up to them.
That's one thing. But another
Don't
thing,
And then
on
the
the table.
family inherits that debt, right?
No, it don't work like that.
I don't think so. But still, like, imagine paying 250K and then having to pay that over the rest of your life.
I mean, that's different though. You like, if you didn't get that heart, you wouldn't be here.
That is true.
you
But
know?
which one would you pick? Being here
I
still
know.
struggling, paying 250K.
I know some people would be like, okay, just let me go. It's not worth it. I don't want to be here.
Like, maybe they're saying I wouldn't be in this much pain,
There is,
paying for this debt.
there is
Imagine getting a heart for 250K and then seeing the price and getting a heart attack.
Imagine you got you did everything and you just see the interest. You're like, I didn't. What? Because you're not financially literate. But I was talking to the security guard at my job,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think I should have said that.
You can edit it out. You're talking to someone.
That's if
and-
I remember. And he was talking about like how his family member has a dog, and they treat the dog like as family.
Mhm.
That dog is family, so they take it to the vet. It had something wrong with it,
Mhm.
right? And then they're not Gen Z. Gen Z
I
would have
think I
spent
know.
the money.
Oh, I think I know where you're going.
I think they're like boomers. So
Yeah.
the dog had like a life-threatening emergency, and they need to operate,
Mhm.
right? And it was like $20,000. And they said,
I just knew where you were
they're
going.
like, let the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't pay for it.
Yeah,
And
wow.
that dog.
You know
is-
what? I've actually seen where, like, you know how dogs can't eat chocolate?
Mhm.
So some people, they'll be like, oh, let the dog have their last piece of chocolate before they go. And one thing that someone said
Mhm.
was that why let that dog suffer in pain from the chocolate?
What happens to a dog when they eat chocolate?
I don't know, I think diarrhea or something. Because it's very toxic to them.
So like
Yeah.
So
laxative?
it's like they're like, oh, this baby, let him have the little chocolate before he go. But can you imagine him going away in pain because
Yeah.
it's toxic?
Because it's toxic to them. Yeah.
That's messed up.
Okay. So we spoke about the what were we just talking about?
It's on your notes.
Oh, no, the heart. No, this is not on my notes.
Yeah. So like, what are you gonna do? Are they gonna pull the heart away or something
Okay.
like that?
Oh yeah. So I have a friend who she was saying that she got 2 kidneys.
Ooh,
What do you mean?
Like
She got 2 brand new kidneys?
no, she currently has 2 kidneys.
I'm confused.
Like everybody does, but she's thinking of selling one so she could have money.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
it's like
How much is it? Like 250K?
I don't know.
No, I think it's in a 6 figures, but
Six figures.
but I don't think it's more than a heart.
Yeah. Which other organ? Why are we talking about selling organs?
Why is my smile getting brighter?
We're thinking
Why is
about
my smile getting brighter each time? I'm like looking in your eyes like, what? Say less.
Yeah.
we're going off tangent.
No, I
We
had
went
a
off
friend that
tangent.
sold her plasma.
Sold her plasma.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that's normal though.
But
a
that
lot
was
of people.
like for a couple dollars though.
Oh yeah. Like when they have the blood drive,
Mhm.
I know somebody that did that too. Like she
couple
was
hundreds and a slice of pizza.
she
Kind of
was
crazy.
she was broke in college, and
Mhm.
so I don't know if it was the big red bus or whatever
Yeah,
it was,
most likely.
Yeah, it is.
but she was broke, so she was just like, "Dear, you can't have my
You
blood."
remember when they used to like sit
They-
outside the movie theater, say like, if you want two
Two
tickets,
tickets,
you can give blood.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know a friend that
So-
did that.
My anatomy
I
class,
respect him again.
my anatomy class,
Mhm.
the teacher was actually saying that anybody who donated blood,
Mhm.
this class right here, anybody who donated blood would get extra credit because you're saving lives.
Am I failing the class?
I had an A.
Did you donate?
You're saving lives.
What happened? You're saving lives.
Okay, so is the next question is Gen Z really broke? Many Gen Zers are delaying milestones such as home ownership, marriage, and kids. Does this change how we define wealth? And then some are investing young in like crypto, stocks, side hustles, and entrepreneurship. So are they really broke, or are they making like financial decisions that will keep them from actually being broke? Is the question. Because a lot of people, they take out the 15, 30-year mortgage,
Mm-hmm.
and then they have that to pay over the next 30 years. But if Gen Z is waiting it out,
Well, I don't have my stats, but like
mhm,
I'm just gonna give like it's inaccurate, but it'll paint a picture. So back then, say you were getting paid $10 an hour, right? As an example, and what is that a year? 20K
20K a year
ish,
Mhm.
right? So 20K a year ish, and at that time, a house would cost probably let's just say 80K,
Mhm.
right? Okay, so now you can save up, you can make a down payment, and then you can pay off that house, with your 20K a year, 80K house, as an
Mhm.
example.
Mhm.
Now, you went from $10 an hour, right, which is not too long ago, to
Mhm.
like now, which is like 15 an hour, 16 an hour,
Mhm.
and the houses are that house that was like 80K
Mhm.
is $500,000.
$500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
it's a $5 pay raise,
yeah,
but
but inflation and everything just
skyrocketed, and
yeah
now it's
was it
100.
exponential.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Mhm.
in that sense like our I wish I could make a drawing. I'll just put a picture.
Mhm.
But like our pay is like, let me go on the board, so it's more like this.
Solutions and practical advice.
Mm-hmm.
So Gen Z has the technology. We could definitely do budgeting apps for sure.
Yeah,
Right.
they have like Rocket Money.
Like Rocket Money,
Uh-huh.
exactly. And then like even Robinhood, who like they take out a chunk. Is that what they do? Take out like $5 and like in acorns?
No, that's
No, I think that $5 is it? I think they take some money out and then they charge it like a subscription fee. I don't
Mhm.
the
remember.
subscription fee is $3.
$3.
Mm-hmm.
I
And then
have
like,
Rocket Money.
oh, you do?
It's
Oh.
really good.
I have Rocket Money. I had Rocket Money, but then I realized
You
It's-
have Rocket Money.
You
Sorry.
realize
I realized that it's part of my budgeting.
Oh.
So I'm like,
it's taking money from you.
it's
huh?
taking my. I'm like, wait, I can do this myself with Excel. So I just
Yeah.
made an Excel spreadsheet.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What do you mean Rocket Money is free?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Were you buying
had
the
free
premium?
version. Maybe you had the premium version. Maybe
Oh,
there's
okay.
two
Because
versions.
the Rocket Money that I have is free.
Oh,
Is it
maybe it's free now.
Oh, okay. Back then. Oh, okay.
Okay. Another thing
Anyways.
is that we need to normalize saving, investing, and not flexing.
Uh
A lot of people have the flexing mentality, like I need to show off that I have the latest this,
huh.
I have the latest that. But what if we normalize investing in a Roth IRA?
Yeah, but those.
What do you think that comes from, though?
I think they have those information. I don't think that's the issue.
Mm.
It's just like the main thing is like she's on social media
Mhm.
and all she posts is like her happy life,
Mm.
and everybody keeps posting like their happy life,
Mhm.
But they never show like they're
The
struggling,
downsides, the struggle,
They never
the
show
depression, the
them-
tears at night, the
Mhm.
crying, like
They never showed them sliding down the bathroom while crying.
mhm.
Yeah. So it's
Mhm.
like they keep showing like they're going to like what's those places that sells acai bowls?
Oh yeah, the
Acai bowls.
Is it
acai shops, like
no, pliable, right?
Yeah,
Pliable?
That's
one
a
of them.
franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so like they'll show like every day they're on Instagram like they're getting a pliable every day, acai bowl every day, but then they don't show you like it was like their last $5 in their bank account.
Yeah, they don't
Then
show you that's
they
their
don't
meal
show-
for
they don't-
breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't show like they skip like or like I know actually I read an article not too long ago. This generation is actually the first generation that's skipping meals
wow.
because they can't afford it.
because they can't afford it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But on social media, they're
Yeah.
eating
But
lavishly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that we're skipping meals.
They don't know.
We're at a restaurant every week.
Yeah, but at a restaurant every week.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
and it's like the way to spend money is so easy, and you don't even think about it. Like Klarna is partnering with DoorDash, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now you can make payments on French fries.
Yes.
That's really good. That's
Is
really
it really
good.
good though?
And,
Yeah.
And you know the funny thing is they're hoping like
But Klarna is not even making any money.
the plan is because like you can make 4 easy payments for 4 weeks, right?
Uh-huh.
Of whatever the total price is, right?
Uh-huh.
So no interest. Obviously, there's gonna be some goody two shoes that actually never miss a payment. That's not what they're hoping.
Mhm.
They're hoping that you miss a payment, right?
Mhm.
And then they charge you like the 30% interest, right?
Mhm.
That's what they're praying.
Yeah.
But
So if they could get $1 from
Mhm.
500,000 people, that's
Yeah.
$500,000.
So like back then, you used to go to McDonald's and you get something for like $10, right? Because that's all you had, right? Or whatever. Now you go to McDonald's and you're using DoorDash or whatever, and you go on Klarna,
Mhm.
and you're like, you know what? I think I'm gonna get the large today.
Yeah.
I
I'm gonna
deserve the
super-
large.
I don't think they supersize
No,
anymore.
they don't do
but
supersize.
I'm gonna get a
Or
large.
you start adding more and adding more. So now like
Mhm.
you get like I don't know, like $40 worth of food, and then they tell you, 10 easy payments,
Mhm.
and that's what you used to. That's what you used to. You see the installments as
Mhm.
like, I can afford $10.
I can afford
but you don't
$10.
focus on like the total.
The
amount.
total. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
for those people who used to walk to McDonald's,
Mm-hmm.
they now just DoorDash.
Yeah. Yes.
And DoorDash is like twice. So like if the food is $15,
Mhm.
the food plus the DoorDash is $30.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy?
And yep. And you know the funny thing is, the reason why it's so expensive is because, well, depending how big you have a restaurant,
Mhm.
like McDonald's, they're huge, so they actually like, DoorDash don't really take that much of a pay cut because technically DoorDash needs McDonald's
Mm.
to like sell food,
Mhm.
right? If you're like a small Chinese restaurant owner, DoorDash don't really need you, so they can like, you're selling this for like $5,
Mhm.
and DoorDash will like, I want half of that, if
Mm.
and then you're like, all right, fine, you get half, but then you add another $250, so now it's $750,
Mhm.
and then on top of that, DoorDash has like some ridiculous fees,
As
maintenance fee,
Men-
delivery fee.
Yeah. What are you maintaining?
I mean the service and all that stuff, but they have like so many fees on top of fees.
Yeah.
So,
But guess what? The reason, what are you maintaining? They're gonna be maintaining robots. I saw robots
mhm,
delivering food.
mhm.
I was shocked. I see robot like in the streets of Miami, like just regular streets walking,
Yeah.
finding addresses to deliver food. And what you do is when the robots come to your office, you just pop in the number for your receipt. It opens up, you get your food, and then the robot, like, it's happening now. I actually have a video of
You think
robots delivering
you think
food.
you can, like, if you see it, like, open it and take the food? You think that's possible?
I don't know. But they
what's
have
stopping
cameras
me?
on there. So where I work,
What's stopping me from?
they have cameras on there. You could go to jail.
Unless it has like cameras and GPS and all that stuff. Other than that, what's stopping a
They have
bad guy?
cameras on there.
A
You
bad
could
guy.
go to
But the
jail.
crazy thing is, what if, someone's just collecting their food and you just grab the food out of their hand and just run for it?
But that could happen at
I
a
don't think-
restaurant.
I don't think that someone is that bold.
Yeah. And that could happen at a restaurant. That could
You'd be
happen.
I mean, it's
surprised.
possible.
Yeah.
That could happen. I don't know. But yeah, so
Yeah,
robots
but
are
it's
now
less
delivering
eyewitness though. You just follow the robot to the house.
Yeah.
What you got, buddy?
Can you imagine that? Someone stalking a robot?
food. But yeah, so
Serial
these
robber?
robots are now delivering
Cyber threat.
food.
There's been a man following a robot around the city.
Oh.
Cyber attack.
So recently, y'all don't take them seriously. Recently, I was.
We can edit this out. Don't worry.
Thank you. Recently, I was going to a patient's room
Uh huh.
and I saw a robot like walking behind me.
They tap your shoulder.
No.
Excuse me, sir. Get out of my way.
Oh my way. Was this a patient that wanted the fries and burger?
No, not that patient. So the robot was walking behind me, right? And I turned into the patient's room, and the robot turned into the patient room. So I like move out the way, and then the robot goes up to the patient, and then the nurse practitioner comes on the screen. So it's like she's in another office.
That's laziness, but I'm listening.
She comes on the screen, and then she's now doing the patient evaluation. She's
Through the
like,
screen?
"How are you feeling today?"
I would not answer. Anna, why don't you come over here and check me?
I would be like this. Can't be talking to me. Can't be talking to me.
And so, like, AI is changing the trajectory.
I would
of
pretend I'm
things.
seeing now. Hello? Are you there? Where is this
But
screen talking to me?
They're testing it out, right? And these people are 80 years old. They're not gonna, or 90 years old.
If I would think my time is coming. Seeing a robot come talk to me. Back then, those things did not exist.
Listen, and this patient, I stopped to specifically help him because he needed help to turn on his TV. He didn't know how to work his remote. And now he has a robot coming up to him and the nurse practitioner like talking to him and having that patient interaction. It's a different world. But yes, Gen Z, anything else you want to say on the topic Gen Z, brokest generation spending the most money?
I just think it's a rough generation to be in. Cars are they don't make cars in the $20,000 range anymore.
Ooh,
like brand new cars.
that part, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you can Tesla, when they say the Model 3, you know, it was like, oh, it's gonna be $30,000, da 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 da, right? That was a lie. It was like a Model 3 is like 40 grand, and that's like the basic, and it goes higher after that. The reason why he was like, oh, it's 30 grand is because like the federal tax incentives, whatever, you know, like the government, because you're buying an EV, the government will chip in like maybe an extra 8 grand or something like that. So he's like, that's $30,000 car, but I was like,
in reality it's 40,000.
Yeah.
But I heard recently of a car that if it ever comes to the US market, I don't know what it will do, but it's an electric vehicle. I don't remember what it's called, like RP something. And it's so cheap that if it ever came to America, all the car dealers here would be in trouble. Like Ford would be in trouble. It's like $12,000.
What? From where? From where?
Vehicle. What country was it in?
Is it from China?
But it's an electric vehicle. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna order it?
BYD Seagull.
BYD, I think it's called. Yeah. How much is it?
It's General Motors.
See, $12,000.
It's GM though.
Wait, maybe that's not it.
Or maybe wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. In China, it has raised blah 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 blah.
Maybe it's a different one. But I think it's the BYD. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a Chinese. Yeah, it's not gonna come here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's a Chinese car maker.
Yeah, if it ever comes
here. Cause like
it runs like all these American car makers out of business.
Because apparently, when it comes to like certain, you know, safety regulations and stuff like that, China don't really like, you know, take things seriously. Like,
gotcha.
They're still discovering like some products still have lead, and it's from China. And you know, lead is like one of the number one thing that you like. Yeah. It's poisonous, but the side effects is like Down syndrome and all that stuff. Like, it slows down or impairs like brain functions. Yeah, so yeah, they still use like lead paint. So yeah, I'm just saying like, I don't know. I really don't know how would they be able to solve the issue, right? Because you can't just say like, I know one of the easiest solutions I've seen around is like raise the minimum wage. But if I'm like a small business owner and they raise the minimum wage like from $15 to $20, right? If I have like 200 employees, right? That $5 is what? What is that? an extra $1,000 per hour.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's an extra 40 grand per week that I have to shell out. Right? Just because minimum wage went up by $5, that's an extra 40 grand that coming out of my pocket.
That's true.
And if I was a small business owner,
it's tough for you.
Lay off.
Some people are gonna just get let go.
Yeah.
But at the same point in time, usually, I don't know if it's still true, but when there's a rise in minimum wage, the prices of other things rises as well.
Yeah, I hear that, but I haven't done any research on that to see if that's true.
Yeah,
but
I think we.
But I don't blame it.
I think we could end the podcast here.
Yeah, we can.
It's a podcast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you really enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next video. We'll also be talking about Gen Z again. Do you remember the next topic?
I don't remember what's the next topic. It'll be displayed on the screen right about now. Beep.